Good evening, I'm Roger, and this is NFL Trending. Tonight, we dive into one of the hottest stories coming out of Cleveland. The Browns have reportedly made a major decision regarding veteran quarterback Joe Flacco after their disappointing loss to the Detroit Lions. This move could significantly impact the remainder of their season, the locker room dynamic, and even the playoff picture in the AFC. Let's break down everything we know, what it means, and how the league is reacting. The Cleveland Browns entered the season with high expectations. A strong defense, a balanced run game, and an improving offensive line had many fans believing this could finally be the year the Browns cement themselves as contenders. But as we've seen time and time again, the NFL has a way of throwing curveballs. Quarterback injuries, offensive struggles, and inconsistency have derailed what was supposed to be a promising campaign. Enter Joe Flacco. The 39-year-old veteran, a Super Bowl champion, and a former face of the Baltimore Ravens was signed mid-season as the Browns looked for stability at the quarterback position. Initially, his arrival was seen as a low-risk, high-upside move. With Deshaun Watson battling injuries and backups failing to inspire confidence, Cleveland turned to Flacco's experience, hoping he could steady the ship. And for a moment, it seemed like the gamble might pay off. Flacco brought leadership, pocket presence, and the ability to read defenses at a level younger quarterbacks couldn't match. Fans admired his willingness to step into a difficult situation, and his early performances gave the Browns a spark. But against the Detroit Lions, reality hit hard. The Browns' offense sputtered in key moments. Flacco struggled with pressure, missed crucial throws, and the Lions' aggressive defense forced turnovers that swung the game. The loss not only dented the Browns' playoff hopes, but also raised questions about whether Flacco was the right man to lead this team forward. And now, according to multiple reports, the Browns have made their decision. Sources say Cleveland is moving away from Joe Flacco as their starting quarterback. While he may remain on the roster as a veteran presence and potential emergency option, the team appears ready to explore other avenues at quarterback. Whether that means giving more snaps to their younger players, elevating a backup, or even considering a free agent signing, the Browns are signaling that the Flacco experiment has reached its conclusion. For Joe Flacco, this development is both familiar and frustrating. He has been through late career transitions before. From Baltimore to Denver, then the Jets, and now Cleveland, Flacco has been called upon to serve as a bridge quarterback, a steady hand when teams are in crisis. But as the league evolves toward younger, more mobile quarterbacks, Flacco's old-school, pocket passer style has become harder to sustain. Against a team like the Lions, who thrive on speed and pressure, Flacco's limitations were on full display. So what does this mean for the Browns? The decision is about more than just Joe Flacco. It speaks to the larger uncertainty surrounding the quarterback position in Cleveland. Deshaun Watson was supposed to be the long-term answer. The franchise traded heavily for him, investing multiple first-round picks and a massive guaranteed contract. But injuries and inconsistent play have kept him from reaching the level the Browns envisioned. Without Watson at his best, the team has been scrambling for solutions, and Flacco was simply the latest attempt. Moving on from Flacco also signals that Cleveland may be preparing for a developmental approach. Reports suggest that the coaching staff wants to see what younger options can provide. Could this be an opportunity for Dorian Thompson-Robinson to get more playing time? The rookie showed flashes earlier in the season, but struggled with decision-making. Still, with the playoffs slipping away, it might make sense to give him live reps and evaluate his long-term potential. From a locker room standpoint, the decision could have mixed effects. Flacco's veteran leadership was respected. Players appreciated his calm demeanor and experience. But at the same time, constant changes at quarterback can disrupt chemistry and rhythm. Wide receivers, linemen, and running backs thrive on stability, and Cleveland simply hasn't had that. If the Browns want to salvage any momentum, they'll need to rally behind whichever quarterback steps up next. The bigger question, of course, is what this means for the AFC playoff picture. The Browns were once in a favorable position to secure a wild card spot. Their defense, led by Myles Garrett, has been one of the most dominant units in football. Week after week, Garrett and company have kept Cleveland competitive, even when the offense faltered. But defense alone can only carry a team so far. Without consistency at quarterback, playoff hopes grow dimmer. And speaking of that defense, one has to wonder how much longer it can carry the load without help. Frustration can build when one side of the ball does everything in its power, while the other struggles to capitalize. For head coach Kevin Stefanski, managing the balance and keeping the locker room unified will be one of his biggest challenges moving forward. Nationally, this story is drawing plenty of attention. Joe Flacco is a well-known name, and any decision involving him sparks debate. Some analysts argue that the Browns didn't give him enough time. They believe his experience could still be valuable if given the right scheme and support. Others say the move was inevitable, pointing to Flacco's declining mobility, and the teams need to look to the future. From a fan perspective, the reaction has been equally divided. Some fans are disappointed, feeling that Flacco deserved more time. Others are ready to move on, tired of watching an offense that has failed to evolve in critical moments. For a fan base that has endured decades of instability at quarterback, this decision feels like yet another chapter in a long and frustrating saga. Looking ahead, the Browns front office will need to make some difficult choices. Do they continue to bet on Deshaun Watson regaining his form? Do they draft another young quarterback as insurance? Or do they keep exploring veteran options year after year, hoping to find a stopgap? The decision on Joe Flacco may be just one piece of a much larger puzzle. And let's not forget Joe Flacco's own legacy. While his time in Cleveland may be winding down, his career remains notable. A Super Bowl MVP with the Ravens, Flacco carved out a reputation as one of the league's most unflappable postseason performers. His playoff run in 2012 remains one of the most impressive in NFL history. Regardless of how things end in Cleveland, his contributions to the game won't be forgotten. For now, the Browns will march on. The season isn't over, but the margin for error is razor-thin. Every game matters, every mistake is magnified, and every decision, especially at quarterback, will be under the microscope. Whether moving away from Joe Flacco proves to be the right call will be determined in the weeks ahead. One thing is clear: Cleveland remains one of the NFL's most unpredictable storylines. And as we've seen this season, anything can happen on Sundays. That's all for this edition of NFL Trending. I'm Roger, and we'll continue to keep you updated as this story develops. Stick with us for the latest NFL news, analysis, and all the drama that comes with the game we love.